Hello everyone, it's Serenity. I hope you're doing well. So as promised, today I'm going to basically give you some guidance, direction as to how to not be so influenced by these evil and energies that are right now fighting to stay in control. Okay? If you know, you can do better. That's what this is about, okay? Because so many people don't like the system. They don't like the system. They know they don't like the system, but they don't do anything to make it better or change it. Some are complacent and some are ignorant. Now, ignorance is not a bad thing necessarily unless you willingly choose to stay in an ignorant state, okay? So, what I had done in other videos is I told you personally how to not become objects that are inhabitable by these evil energies. So, for instance, I told you you can't hang on to resentment. You cannot hold on to fear. Fear is a very big one, any type of fear, because love and fear cannot peacefully coexist. It's just not possible. Period. Okay? So the fear has to go. Resentment, jealousy, you need to forgive, because if you don't forgive, you are holding on to resentment. You are causing cracks in your actual being that these energies can use for their purpose and their will. Okay? So there's others, but you get the idea, right? Okay. So now, as far as external factors that you need to really protect yourself against, and these are difficult because remember, it's an onslaught constantly trying to keep you under mind control and basically a lower vibration, okay? Okay, so first off, news, the media. Stop watching it. I know some of you are like, well, how do I know what's going on? Guess what? If you don't know what's going on, it will not kill you. You will not be ignorant, because there are other ways to receive valuable information. Like, for instance, weather. That's kind of important. So you know exactly how to go about your day and whatnot. And you can get news from YouTube. You can get news from basically places that you have control over, not them controlling how you see the world, because that is the whole purpose of the news and the media, to get you to see things their way. Okay? So, for instance, when you're watching the news, how do you even know it's real? It's valid. Okay? Because a lot of times the real story will not have the desired effect or reaction in individuals. So they have to trump it up and actually add extra things in order to elicit an emotion, an emotional response from you, which is what they want. So I'm telling you to literally start shielding yourself from what they are trying to dictate you to basically behave. That is one way they control you, by literally getting you emotionally involved in something that you really don't need to. And I can speak firsthand on this. There was an incident a few years ago, 2 houses down from me. Okay, I was there for it. I witnessed everything. It made the local news. But by the time that story was put on the local news, it was completely enhanced in order for it to be, like get a reaction from people like, oh my goodness, when really that was not even what happened. They elaborated and added to it in order to make it worse than it actually was. And that is exactly what not just local news, but national and world news does as well. Okay? So, politics, same thing. Advertisements. You literally have to shield and block yourself from all these things, because it is part of this making you think certain ways and do certain things. It's all working together to control your mind and your actions. Okay? There's so much, but I'm trying to give you the basics. You really need to kind of detach from what this world has. That's the best way I can say. Get out into nature more. Connect with nature, the earth, yourself, because they are all connected. Do not allow anyone to influence you. And that's why I say, even with me, I'm trying to help you, but if something does not resonate with you, I'm not going to sit here and force you to swallow it. That's not what I'm here for. So another important thing is, do not let your identity become wrapped up in other people. Like, for instance, your identity should not be determined by others in your life. So, for instance, with me, whether people come and go in my life is irrelevant to me, because I am, regardless of if I am alone or I am surrounded by people. Okay? Think about it. The true source of life was alone for many ethers. And I say time doesn't exist. If you want to put it into time, then she was alone for eons and happy. She created you to be the same way. Most of you, because some of you were not created equally. You are creations of the one who rebelled against her. But that's a different story. So for me, I can't exist alone and be perfectly happy. That is the ultimate goal for each individual. To be able to not measure your worth based on who you are surrounded by or who you are connected to. Okay? That also will help you break free of what this system tells you is important for you to actually be someone. Okay? How well you're liked, how many followers you have, who approves of you. You have to break free of that also. Okay? All right, another thing I said before, stop putting toxins in and on your body. Get back to natural things as much as you can. Like I said, fluoride is a neurotoxin. It makes you not be able to truly think and connect to higher sources. That's what it's there for, to keep you in a primitive mental, emotional, and spiritual state. Stay away from fluoride. Yes, in mouthwashes, in toothpastes, in the water supply. Do your best to not take that in your body. Same thing with deodorants. The aluminum products that they have placed in deodorants to basically clog up your pores, keep you from sweating. Sweating is necessary to detox your body, okay? Society has made sweating and smelling a certain way unacceptable. So get aluminum-free deodorants and products. I mean, you may sweat, and yes, you will have to wash up more possibly if you have a particularly strong odor. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? It's healthier for you. And once again, those factory foods with artificial colors, flavors, all of that, try and get it out of your daily diet, you know? I know it's hard because they do make them addictive. That was the job of them, scientists, to make them addictive. So, yeah, that's another thing. It's basically putting all these things together to improve your lives. That's what's important. You are loved. So many people are behind you and want to see you flourish. Okay? So, yeah. So yeah, just remember, you are loved. You always have been and you always will be. So that's it for today. This is longer than I needed it to be, but it's okay. So I think what I'm going to start getting into is things that, yeah, may step on certain people's toes, but it's what has also been hidden from the masses. And even other helpers that have come with me are starting to get this out, but their truth is being suppressed by those who don't want people to know the truth. So if any of you have studied like ancient artifacts, archaeology, a lot of the statues and things that you see, even the Sumerian statues, you notice that there's braids and also the hair, the beard is in like little balls or coils. So this is because all of these ancient gods, including Buddha, were actually of this dark matter. Now, dark matter is not a bad thing. The sun is actually black. And the first beings are and still are powered on photon energy, which comes from the sun. So if you notice, many of the Buddha statues have the little balls on their hair. That's what our hair does naturally. If you can see mine, that's what it does. It creates these little balls, and so when they make sculptures and statues, that's the interpretation of this hair. Okay? It originates with the true source of life and her very first intelligent creations. Okay? And that is what society all over the world is trying to hide from humanity. Your original gods were the very ones that you have oppressed and treated so horribly for ages. Okay. I love you all. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye-bye.